My name is First Lieutenant Alexander Walls. I am the Makerspace OIC here at CLR 27, 2nd MLG. So it's a Commanding General's Innovation Challenge. It runs every quarter. We have a period of time where Marines will submit their ideas, things that they would like to see improved, either with the home unit, within the MLG, or within the entire Marine Corps as a whole. So the Marines, they submit their ideas, and then it's judged by a panel of both battalion executive officers and battalion sergeant majors. They choose the winning idea on a criteria of how much impact it will have on the units within the MLG and how much of the feasibility of that is. So is it going to cost a lot of money? Is it going to take a lot of time, manpower? They're looking for ideas that can be implemented immediately and that are cost effective, so that they start saving the MLG and the Marine Corps as a whole money, time, resources. That idea, once it's selected by the panel of judges, then goes to the Commanding General for his sign off. The ideas, they can be anywhere from improvement for a part on a machine or some kind of piece of equipment. It can be an idea on policy and procedures, like how can we make our personnel more efficient. They can be with force preservation and abilities to help the Marines with their mental and personal health. So it runs the gambit. It can be anywhere. So the Makerspace and is looking for not just material solutions, they're also looking for policy, procedural, personnel solutions as well. Everything that can make the Marine Corps and the MLG leaner and stronger. The process, it's done at the Innovation Challenge board, which meets once a quarter, and they go through all of the ideas that's submitted. So for this previous board, the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2019, there were 10 ideas. The members went through and heard presentations from all of the Marines and sailors that presented ideas. They went through, they gave a 5-minute spiel, very similar to like Shark Tank. They gave a 5-minute spiel about their idea and how it could benefit the MLG, at which point the judges then go through using their own criteria, deciding which one has the largest impact on the MLG. There were 10 great ideas, but Staff Sgt. Pedelty from the Special Purpose MAGTF was the winning idea. Her idea was for a vent cover that was 3D printed off of the machines that the Marine Corps already has to cover an intake valve on an environmental control unit. Imagine just a large air conditioning and heater. Her design wasn't anything new. I mean, the technology is already there. It's already exists. But basically, what she did was use the 3D printers available during her deployment and was able to print off the vents covers and protect and save the Marine Corps thousands of dollars from machines not being destroyed. So again, that shows that the MLG isn't about just the most new idea that you can possibly think of. Sometimes it's just how can we make our processes more efficient now, and what can we do with modern technology now? What can we do to make it more effective within the Marine Corps? So the Innovation Challenge has gone 4 times. The next one will be, the submission deadline is November 15th, so sometime at the end of November to beginning of December, that's when the first quarter Innovation Challenge for fiscal year 2020 will kick off. Yes, anyone that within any Marines or sailors throughout the entire 2nd Marine Expeditionary Forces are here at Camp Lejeune and on New River. This is not something that's just for the MLG. This is supposed to be for everyone. That it's under the Commanding General of the MLG. It's his challenge, but we got 3 submissions from Marines outside of the MLG this past time. Makerspace is a space for Marines to come in and utilize the technologies that we have and to do design thinking seminars in order to make the MLG more expeditionist and lethal, making sure that we are taking our Marines and taking them to the next level so that they can find solutions to the problems that they have, so it's not constantly coming from top down, but instead of having a culture of innovation from the bottom up. When an idea is submitted and then selected for winning, the board then recommends to this Commanding General awards, and in this case, the award can be up to $5,000, a Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal, and or time off. So for Staff Sergeant Pedelty, she was recommended for a $1,000 cash award and a Navy Achievement Medal to go into her record jacket. For the other participants, they received letters of appreciation signed by the Commanding General himself.
My name is Staff Sergeant Elissa Pedelty with Combat Logistics Battalion 24. The innovation that I came up with was a cover for the intake duct for the Marine Corps' environmental control units. We had a problem overseas where our equipment had the capability of being broken or was broken based on something being sucked into it. So we decided to make a cover to prevent anything further from getting sucked in and to prevent any more damage. So when we were in Norway with ATSB Bridge Company, we were in Norway for Trident Juncture 2018. Started off with a computer bag, and then we had beanies and headphones and bags and whatnot sucked in, so we went to the 3D printing shop for a wagon wheel design to put over the front of the duct to prevent anything from going through. This was the first design that we came up with. There were other designs that we used while overseas, but this was the most effective. So after working with the MLG's makerspace, this was the design that we ended up going with as a second step to the wagon wheel. This one, the benefits to this one is it'll block smaller things from going through it. As you can see with the smaller honeycomb design, it's a little bit sturdier, so I think it'll withstand anything heavier like a computer bag being sucked into it like was before, and it has a more solid universal attaching feature to the duct itself. So when we're in the field, it's important for us to be able to treat heat and cold casualties depending on the environment that we're in, and generally speaking from a utility standpoint, we don't bring extra equipment, so we need the equipment that we have maintained. So if you're in a battalion aid station and a skivvy shirt, for example, gets sucked into the ECU and it breaks it, then they're now unable to treat a heat or a cold casualty that would need whatever was produced from that ECU. Also, like with the communications unit, we all know equipment overheats or it gets too cold. So if something gets sucked into the ECU for the communications tent at maybe an anthill, then that's something that we've lost that capability, and now the equipment now has the potential to overheat or get too cold and not function, and we've lost communications. And then I got an email about the second MLG Makerspace Challenge for the Commander's Innovation Challenge for 2019. This is something I'd like to see implemented on all the equipment that we have, seeing as the damage that it can do and the effects that it can have in the field. So I decided to send the idea up, and from there, I was selected as a winner for that, and I was able to make what you saw earlier. Seeing the idea come to life is kind of a dream come true. I know it sounds really simple and really cheesy, but I think it's a large effect that it can have on the Marine Corps, and especially within my community. Being able to have something like this, having it fit the way I want it to, having it look the way I want it to, and then have it protect the equipment the way I want it to is a unique experience. It was a wild experience finding out that I won it, because I didn't think it was like that large of an idea, but apparently a lot of other people in the Marine Corps have had a bad experience with ECUs. So they need this vent cover to keep their beanies from getting sucked in. But it was awesome. I was pretty thrilled to hear it, because I feel like it's the next step in having this implemented on our equipment.